Welcome to the You Heard podcast, your go-to for Miami Hurricanes football. Ben, Joe, Polk, and CB break down recruiting, hot topics, and game day action.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end. No, let's talk about this right now because you completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm saying, like, I don't appreciate.
What are we talking about, son?
Get into it, talk. I felt
Keeping it a buck.
Let me close these curtains real quick.
You heard.
Nobody was here. Y'all thought nobody was here. Listen, I don't know where Ben is at. You know, hopefully he's good. I don't know where he's at. Polk is chilling. CB is chilling. But we're here to talk about Coach Lance Guidry being relieved of his duties. I think it was expected. You know, I think some of us kind of don't like removing or getting rid of coaches too early and changing coaches up, but I think this had to happen. First of all, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Polk, Arroyo officially declared. We knew that was happening, right? Elijah Arroyo officially declared. Juan, what's going on, brother? You heard family feel like going to the bathroom after having no choice but to win. Yeah, man. Brian, appreciate you, brother. Stick Raw was good. Bye-bye, Mr. Guidry. Go get T-Rob. For what? For what? Nah, man. Yeah, so Ben decides to do a pop-up show and that, you know, that's just how it is, Poe. I think it was me. I think I said, let's do this. Let's go live. He just set it up, you know. Stunner, we're gonna try to get to it since you're on a lunch break, brother. We're gonna try to get to it. Sad but necessary, right? It had to happen, man. It had to happen. Kane, Idaho, what up? You, Coach O, for what? Yo, there's people that look at la. My dog came through. See?
Right. Sorry, my audio gonna be trash because it's coming through the headphones.
Who's real and who? Are you in the closet? What are you in the utility closet or something?
Low key. Low key.
You had to get away, huh?
It's like the smallest office we have here.
Yeah.
It's like the smallest office, but I'm away from people.
Absolutely.
I'm eating very unhealthy on lunch. I'm sorry.
You know, that's
hey,
right there.
But I keep the grapes with me though.
I'm trying to balance it out.
Hey, you got a little balance, you know what I'm saying? Unlike our defense this year.
Yeah. So, you know, it finally happened. Coach Cristobal said, yeah, y'all think I move slow, huh? Let's get this popping. Now, the hire may take 8 months, but you know what I mean?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I don't think so. I think they have specific targets that they're gonna go after. It may be though after the NFL season is over, depending on who we talking about.
Yeah.
Or the playoffs. If it happens quick, that means it's somebody like Mel Tucker. If it happens quick.
I think because of what they're trying to accomplish in the portal still, it may be important to get that guy in because you don't want to grab certain pieces that may not fit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever scheme we're going to have next year. So you got to ask yourself, is it harder to find that free safety if we don't know how that free safety is used in a new scheme? You know what I'm saying? We were recruiting different because of that star position in his defense. So it may affect how we bring in certain transfer portal guys. Not that guys aren't going to want to come because we don't have a DC. I mean, we saw receivers come in before we had a receiver cut. People want to play and get paid in this day and age. So I think we can still recruit, but it's just you don't want to grab somebody that's not going to end up fitting. So that's why I think it's probably important for him to lock this up as fast as possible.
What's fitting though? What's fitting? Like fitting the culture or
The scheme.
fitting the talent? Well, hold on. What's the scheme though? So
That's what I'm saying. We don't know the schemes. That's why I think it is important for him to bring the guy in so that we do, when we're talking to portal players on the defensive side, we can tell them how they, it's hard to say, like, bro, come here and you a box safety and then he want to play Tampa 2. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, I'm screwed if you try to play Tampa 2.
So are we still dead set on, because for a while people were like, this is Miami, we got to play a 4-3, we have to play a 4-3, we have to play a 4-2-5. What if we bring somebody in who plays a 30 front, who plays a 3-4, who plays a
look, I have minimal qualifications for this new guy.
Okay.
I want somebody that can coach, that can actually coach. Not he's great with schemes and he can come up with creative. Can he actually on the field coach with a track record of development as well? Because at this level, you're not always going to hit on the 5 stars. You do need to develop some of these 3s and some of these unknown guys. So I would like someone who can coach, who has that pedigree of being a good on the field coach. And I'd like someone that has proven that they can develop talent.
Yeah.
To me, those are the 2 most important things.
So age doesn't matter?
No, and I saw a lot of people tripping on one of the possible candidates saying he's too old. He's like 54, 53, 54.
Are we talking about Will or Mel?
Yeah, Will.
Yeah, they're around the same. They're all around the same age.
Yeah, I'm okay
Mel
with that.
Tucker's 52, I think, and I think Muschamp is like 53.
You see, it's in football. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I feel like defensive coordinator, you don't always. I feel like it's different. On the OC side, you kind of want the young hotshot guy with some new ideas. You know what I'm saying? Skinny jean wearing, Oakley shades. You know what I'm saying? I want my DC wearing Asics. You hear me? I want him with zero swag. I want an old salty man that really wanted to have 2-a-day practices still. Like I want one of them.
He want 3 a day. He still want 3 a day.
Yeah, because I think one thing I feel like our defense didn't have is grit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes these old school coaches, their style is more gritty, more physical. I feel like we kind of lacked a grit to our defense.
Yeah.
We need some more speed at the linebacking level, I think, too. We can use a sideline guy.
So with the coaches coming in, are you a fan of them bringing all their own guys or some guys being retained? Because like this is a new coordinator, so does Jason Taylor is Jason Taylor retained? Is Coach Joe retained? Is what I mean? Who's retained? If you can keep anybody on that side of the ball, who you keeping? Anybody?
I keep D-Neck, although I know some of the fans are a bit trepidatious because of the backslide in some of our linebackers this year, but I think he's done a fantastic job in recruiting at the position. We did see Popo on the field. Popo looked good. If you look at Cameron Pruitt's snaps, he needs to bulk up a little bit, but diagnosed as well, and is kind of seems to always be in the right position. That's got to be a little bit of D-Neck, I would imagine. So I would like to keep D-Neck. But if I'm going to be honest, I mean, I don't mean this in a cruel way, but are we really losing sleep over any of our position guys on the defensive side?
Is this a fact, or you're just hoping that this is the deal?
I think Jason Taylor for recruiting would hurt a little bit. That's just speaking from someone who talks to all these recruits. They love Jason Taylor. If you listen to that Mekhi Newton interview, the second I brought up Jason Taylor, his face lit up. He literally said him and his dad, that was 80% of the reason why he was excited to come to Miami is learn under Jason Taylor. If you listen to Lightfoot talk about him last year, about how he gave Lightfoot 2 moves. Lightfoot went to the very next camp, did them 2 moves, and was blessing boys out there. Didn't do nothing else besides the moves JT gave him, and was blessing people. So I think it seems to be Mario guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like even when Guidry got the job, he was told, this is your defensive line guy. This is you can bring in your DB coach, but this is your linebacker coach. This is your defensive tackle. And I wonder, how does that work with some of the more seasoned veteran coaches?
Yeah, I don't think it does.
I don't think it does, because
not telling Will Muschamp who to bring in.
yeah, because he may say, all right, but that's not my style of defensive line coach. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I do kind of feel like Mario may need to back up a little bit on that. But you do want I mean, I want to say you want to have some sort of consistency, but I can understand the fan base saying, man, screw consistency. We have a 30 points a game in the ACC. So I do see both sides. I think for sure Jackson is probably not staying just because that was a Guidry hire. Mm-hmm. So to me, it would just be a little bit weird. Like, it would be.
I don't think that's gonna happen anyway.
Yeah, it would be weird. Is there anybody you're like pressed that you're hoping we keep on that side? Yeah, I kind of feel, no disrespect, but I kind of feel
nah, right.
I'm not too pressed about anybody. I know guys love Joe. I know some of the recruits love Joe's great guy. Jason Taylor's loved by recruits, but we didn't get Elijah Rushing. We didn't get Colin Simmons. We didn't get Dylan Stewart. So that's what I'm saying. Like, am I gonna be sad because I know some of the guys personally? So of course I'm gonna be sad they lost their jobs, but I don't think I'd be losing sleep over us losing anyone. I'd love to keep D-Nick. I'd love to keep Jason Taylor, but I don't know if we hold on to D-Nick long term anyway, for a few reasons. He's gonna want to continue to climb the coaching ladder. I think without giving him the code DC, there was a chance that we lost him last year. And this ain't really his home, so I could see him eventually going back
up top. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm definitely not pressed over anybody. I wouldn't be mad if D-Nick was retained, Jason Taylor was retained. I wouldn't be mad, but yeah, I think if you're gonna bring in an established, and for the record, I want an established coach with experience who's done it. I'm in the Mel Tucker, Will Muschamp, Jim Leonard boat. You know what I mean?
That's my guy. That's
my top 3 right there. And anybody, Coach Clint Hurt as well. I
think his name mentioned. I've seen Fitzgerald's name mentioned a lot today too.
Pat from Northwest, was he at Northwestern?
Where is he at?
I think he was the head coach at Northwestern at one point. If that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Yep. I want to address this comment real quick from DJ that says Mario is the main recruiter, so this JT recruiting nonsense needs to stop. Go listen to the Mekhi Newton interview. Go listen to the Dalen Russell interview. Listen to when we had Lightfoot on this exact channel. This channel here, we had Lightfoot on the channel. Go listen to it. Go listen to the interviews with Dante Simpson that I had. Yes, Mario is the main recruiter because Mario is the head coach and recruiting is his bag. But Jason Taylor is a very good recruiter, and these kids do respect and want to come here and play for him. I'm not telling you what I saw on Twitter. I'm only giving y'all the information these players have given me. It's not an opinion. This is just what I hear from players, from commits. Cole McConaughey. Go listen to the Cole McConaughey interview. These guys, it does mean something to them, especially as defensive ends, learning from a Hall of Famer. It's no different than when I first started this. Getting to learn from Dono was a huge deal for me. You want a mentor that that has done it before. So I get it. Mario is the main recruiter. Mario has known most of these kids since they was in 6th grade. You're not telling me something I don't know. I talk to these kids.
Facts.
But I can't allow someone to say Jason Taylor it hasn't been recruiting, or the JT recruiting noise needs to stop, because I'm only relaying to you guys what the kids tell me. The Makai Newton interview is there. I just dropped it Monday. He talked about Jason Taylor for 20 minutes.
Facts.
Do I think we stop recruiting DNs if he's not here? No, no. And that's why I said I wouldn't cry necessarily, because yes, he's a good recruiter, and yes, the defensive ends we have love him, the Booker Pickett's, the Cole McConaugheys. But like I started before that with, we didn't get Elijah Rushing, we didn't get Dylan Stewart, we didn't get, so I see it from both sides. I'm honestly, guys, I'm not gonna cry if we lose anyone on that side of the football. There's some guys I like, more so personally, to be honest, that I like. But I mean, I want my team to win more than I care to have friends on the staff, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
Absolutely. All right, so let's run through a couple of the, I'm not going to say candidates because we obviously don't know who the candidates are, but who we would like to see. Lex, what's good, buddy?
Lex.
Will Muschamp. All right. 53 years old, currently an analyst at Georgia. We know he coached at Auburn, LSU, the Dolphins for a brief stint, Texas, Florida. SEC seems to be an SEC guy, right? So
which may help us a little bit.
And we don't know if that's realistic, right? Some of these guys, he's an analyst currently. Yeah, he's an analyst currently. So why would he want to take a job at Miami under Coach Cristobal? Some people don't want. That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. People not factoring. It's not normal working under that guy. It's just not.
That's a whole.
I'm gonna throw out a name. I don't know if he's on your list, Joe, but I want to throw out a name that could be interesting.
Okay.
Robert Saleh. Now I know that's probably a crazy one. That's a long shot with a longbow, right?
Yeah.
That's a defensive guy. You know what I'm saying? Who just lost his job in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Might not be. That's probably a crazy long shot. But it's a name that popped in my head earlier. I was like, damn, I wonder if Mario would give him a ring.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that'd be hard.
Yeah. He probably don't get a league job.
Yeah, definitely. Because he was the 49ers D coordinator before he got that job.
And at the very least, he can call one of the Shanahans and get back on their staff. You know what I'm saying? At the very least.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easily.
All right, so Will Muschamp. Then we got Coach Mel Tucker. He's currently out of a job. He's currently just chilling. He's chilling right now.
Yeah, yeah.
He ain't waiting for that phone call. I think he's fighting some cases, but
yeah, he seems to be in a bit of in the middle of a weird lawsuit.
If that gets all cleared up, I don't think nobody. I know there's no holier than thou people in this fan base. So y'all just chill out. I know there's none of
Miami.
That. Right?
It's the home with scammers and strippers. Don't bring him down. He gonna wild out. But when he was a star, right? Like one of the highest paid coordinators at the time.
Yeah.
Literally a rising star in college football. Yeah. He was the name on everybody's tongue on, this guy next up. That's the reason Michigan State paid him what they paid him, because they knew.
And a perfect time to rebuild, right? Rebrand yourself, get out there, get 2-3 years in Miami, get Miami's defense back where you need it, and then you go do your thing.
And you right back to where you were. Yeah.
Yeah. Facts. So I think that'd be a home run. I don't think anybody would have an issue with that. Then we got
recruit because Simeon Barrow. Didn't we just pull another DB from Michigan State too? Yeah. So we know he's got a.
I think coaches like Muschamp, Mel Tucker kind of recruit that the name recruits itself.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then of course you bring in your assistants who are beasts on the trail.
Who have their own bags. But you bring Muschamp in the room, he can close for you. You know what I'm saying? You bring Tucker in the room, he can close for you. So that's another thing I know is huge for Mario. I know Mario, you gotta want to recruit like he recruits.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
All
think
right.
that's why
So
people are like aged with coaches, but these guys that have been college coaches for this long, like recruiting is just what they do. Like I know
mhm,
some of the older guys, the idea is they don't want to be on the trail. When you've been a college coach for 20 years, the trail is just it's
yeah,
breeding for you. It's what you do
facts.
at this point.
Facts. I
It's the
think some of them
NFL guys who come down that you got to worry about.
yeah, I think some of them may leave and go to the league because they don't want to recruit like that.
Yeah, yeah. But if they've been in college football for 20 years, come on, like he knows
You
the
know,
game is the game.
even though it's different now. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, Coach James Leonard. Jim Leonard, currently at the Broncos. He's currently the DB coach and the pass game coordinator at the Broncos.
you know why they brought him in?
Huh?
You know why they brought him in? Their
Because of
safeties
when,
were horrible,
yeah. And
and
what he
they
did in
literally
Wisconsin, man. Like
yeah, because he
yeah,
was beast at Wisconsin. But
yeah,
so I was reading a couple articles earlier on him, and one of their main things was, bro, our safety play is terrible. So we went and got Jim Leonard. That
wow.
sounds like a great fit.
Yeah,
That sounds like, and he's a former DB. If those of you who don't remember Jim Leonard from his playing days, he was like that.
yeah.
Tough, physical safety. I think he'd be great on the trail. I think he'd be great in the room, and that gives us a guy that we know can get safety room right too.
Yep. And that's the young guy. I think he's like 40, early 42 or something like that.
Yeah, Jim Young.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And he's been a coordinator in college, as we know, Wisconsin. He was there for about 4 or 5 years, man. So
Yeah, he's 42.
and he did his thing at Wisconsin. That defense was always tough. Always tough.
He's a good coach, man. But
Yeah.
I wonder if he wants to come back to college.
Yeah, maybe not. You gotta
Yeah,
you gotta kick the tire. We gotta see.
yeah, you got to call. You got to call.
You want to come to Miami for a couple years, and we know nobody's there forever, right? So it's 2-3
Especially,
years. Hey,
especially
come get us
coordinators.
right. Come get us right for 2 years. You know what I mean?
Low
That's it.
key, you fix this defense. Yeah, head coaching job when you leave
Right.
here.
Right. Yeah.
You may be in line to go back to Wisconsin as the guy.
Right. Right.
You
Yeah.
fix this defense, dog. It's not going to be more than 2 years.
Yep.
We mess around and have a top 15 defense 2 years in a row under whoever come in.
Mhm.
He's getting a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
You make that kind of turnaround, you're getting a job.
Yep. All right. So a name that we didn't mention but has been mentioned, Coach T. Will, Travis Williams.
Where he at?
He's the defensive coordinator at Arkansas right now.
Oh, okay.
You remember he was at Miami for about 15 years
Yes.
and left and went
Okay.
to UCF, you know. So he's a guy who has been mentioned. He is a beast on the trail. A beast. If you're talking about you need a recruiter, he's a beast on the trail. The kids love him. Young, 40, just turned 40, I think, 41.
God, damn.
And
I'm
he's
reading up
been
on him. Holy shit, Joe. His first defense in Orlando finished the season giving up 11.8 points a game in their 6 victories. They ended the season ranked 7th nationally in pass efficient defense and 26th in tackles for loss.
Yep. Yep.
He can coach, dog.
Yep.
He's a linebackers coach.
Linebackers coach. He's been at Auburn, learned in Auburn, so you know that's why he went with the UCF coach.
His defenses have really good numbers, bro. 16th in sacks when he was at Auburn, 14th ranked nationally in scoring defense. He only allowed 9 rushing touchdowns in 2018 with that Auburn defense.
Yeah, he was the linebacker coach there. He wasn't the DC.
Yeah.
But what the UCF? Can you look up what the UCF do in 2021 or 2022?
Let me see.
I know Arkansas was decent.
They only allowed 357 per game, the lowest average per game since 2014 from Arkansas.
Wow,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
only 5.67 yards per play, In 2023, the squad improved in nearly every defensive category from 2022, but made huge strides in the pass defense. The Razorbacks ranked fourth in the SEC in passing yards allowed at just 202 yards per game. They had 12 interceptions, which ranked third in the SEC. The defense just gave up 18.8. Wait, what? The defense gave up just 18.8 first downs per game, the fewest by an Arkansas defense since 2014. And his linebackers led the team with 90 and 74 tackles. He had a freshman that started that went off. This defense, like reading up on him, this defense is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
He's got impressive numbers, and impressive numbers like improving a defense year after year, which is really interesting.
Yep.
So when he gets somewhere, much like the Wade Phillips thing, where first year he's gonna turn that thing around. What I like was you're reading Travis's resume is it's a turnaround and then it keeps on progressing.
Yeah.
That's not just the ability to come analyze talent and turn it around, but he can keep the train going after he turned it around. That's dope, man. In college, them same players ain't gonna be there next year. You probably lose 7 on your defense every year, 6, 7 players. So that's impressive to be able to sustain that. That's serious. And to have them numbers in the SEC, we talk about the patch, right?
Mm-hmm.
If we praise the patch, you got to praise an effort like this from a defense in that conference, man. That's pretty serious.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so there's a rumor on Twitter going around, or it has been reported that we reached out to Coach Santucci at Georgia Tech.
His defense smothers.
Yeah, so he's a young boy. That boy about 35 years old. He's not even a boy. So he's a young boy. He's been with Coach Elko. I think he came up under Coach Elko at Texas A&M. So I think I've heard through the vines that he may be going with Coach Elko.
Yeah.
But if not, he has a wealth of experience, man. Analyst at A&M, analyst at Notre Dame, linebacker coach at Wake Forest, linebacker coach at A&M, co-DC at A&M, Duke. At Duke, he was the DC linebacker coach, and now at Georgia Tech, DC linebacker coach. So he's a linebacker coach.
So yeah. So somebody need to boot.
He's a linebacker coach. And
how do you feel about that, Joe? How do you feel about OCs being the quarterback coach, or OC being the receiver coach as well, or OC being or DC being the DB coach? You feel like do you want that separation, or Corey Raymond is not leaving LSU, dog? That would be great, but he's not leaving LSU. They don't give him whatever he wants.
I keep hearing that, but why would he be a DC? Why would we want him as a DC? They're
gonna give him whatever he wants. They're
yeah.
Randy
Shannon, stop that. Randy,
no. He's a terrible recruiter, by the way. FSU fans cannot stop complaining about him on the trail.
On offense, I like when the OC is the quarterback coach. On offense, defense, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me on defense. But on offense, I like to have that
one person.
Okay, that one person to go to. Y'all can bounce things off each other. Quarterback tell you what he sees on the field. I like that dynamic.
Yeah, it can get rough if the quarterback coach is not from the same tree as the OC, because then you got the OC calling something and the quarterback coach not agreeing with it, and then the quarterback knows. It's like when your mom tell you no, but you can go to your dad. Yeah. The quarterback he gonna figure that out, right? Yeah. So he gonna know when he don't like something, who to talk to, and it creates tension. We've had that here, and it created tension because one person is saying, "I don't know why he called that shit," and you shouldn't be saying that.
Yeah, on defense, if I had a preference, I would prefer for them to be the linebacker coach. If I had a preference, you know what I mean. But linebacker or DBs, safeties, because those are usually your quarterbacks of the defense, right?
Yeah.
safety linebacker, especially with because I was thinking about it earlier. What's the main difference between Guidry's defense this year and last year, man? And it's just the safeties. It's the safeties.
It's the safeties.
It's
man.
the safety, bro.
Terrible this year.
Like you had
Terrible.
James and Cam. Like that to me, that's it may sound simple, but I don't think it's that. I think that's what it is.
I think so too. I think they covered up a lot. I also think the way you could have moved James last year, moved him around, brought him to the line of scrimmage, that helped a lot of guys not bursting once they hit the second level. James was turning them 7 yard runs into 7 yard runs. That's it.
Yeah, he was the eraser. He was the
Yeah,
eraser.
yeah. And I think he got too much hate for that the year before. James was out of position a lot the year before, trying to be the eraser because he saw somebody else out of position. So he like, well, I got to cover for you, but now we both out of position. I think we forgot, bro, how much having veteran safeties help the team, how much it helps everybody else on the football team. It's that, like Joe said, it's that quarterback. It's that extra quarterback on the field. It's that, hey, cheat inside. It's that, oh, combo. It's just the little stuff. We saw so much confusion this year. And with a voice that is trusted on the back end, I feel like it helps that confusion. When you do see emotion, you need a safety to come down and go, no, back up. You got him. Y'all combo this. You take who inside, you take who go out. I think that's important. I think we didn't have that this year.
Yeah.
I think without a strong star and without strong safeties, I don't think Guidry's defense works.
And like you mentioned, the safeties need to keep a 6-yard run at a 6-yard run. You know what I mean? And that did not happen at all. They need to erase some errors. If your corner gets beat, the safety needs to be there, to take care of that. And didn't happen.
The angles alone this year was like, man, what is happening in practice?
Right.
It just made me wonder.
Let's take a look at a name you just mentioned that I think is a good name. Coach Fitzgerald, Pat Fitzgerald. He coached at Northwestern. He's only 50. He's not an old head. Right?
He ain't old. He's not old for a coach, dog.
I don't know why I feel like he was older than he was, but
that face, because that face needs some shit. He got a face that needs some shit. But coaching is stressful, so a lot of times these guys just look a little bit older than they are. They're just stressed. Yeah. He was at Northwestern. He was stressed.
He's currently at Loyola
Marymount
High School.
Oh, really?
At high school. Yes. He was at Northwestern for a while, and Northwestern legal battle. See, James, I thought, okay, there was something. Thank you, James. I think I remember hearing.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, Coach Fitzgerald has something going on illegally.
Let me see.
Well, legally, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's a hazing scandal.
At Northwestern. You remember that?
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes. Yeah, that's jogging memories now. Okay, I remember this.
But is he like
so
serving?
It said 9 former Northwestern players filed a lawsuit. The lawsuits, oh my God, it's $130 million lawsuit. Oh, hold on. He's also suing the university. Oh, he said he didn't. So essentially what's going on is he got terminated and he's suing the university for wrongful termination because he's saying he had no part in that.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that now. Yeah, I remember that now. Listen, fuck all that. Coach Fitzgerald's a good ass DC. Like,
hey, some of these boys on our defense need to be hazed.
For real, son.
To me, you don't countersuit for $130 if you don't think you're gonna win.
Yeah,
that's pretty serious. So it could have been some situation where he was a scapegoat or the fall guy, and now he's countersuing. But I mean, Tucker got something on his
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they gotta vet them. They gotta do their due
Do their
diligence.
due diligence. And coach
Yeah,
is gonna do that. Cristobal is gonna do that.
not just
But
interview. Go talk to the old ads. Go talk to some former players. Talk to some former staff members. Crystal Ball going. He gonna go to work. This a dude that be calling fifth grade teachers to
yeah,
ask how the defensive end was in math class. Trust me,
yeah.
he gonna do his due
And
diligence.
the recurring theme is he was a head coach. I would love that. I love, if the DC was a head coach somewhere. That's all.
On the defense. Also, Joe, like you said earlier with Tucker, the guy got something to prove. Got a little bit of chip on his shoulder. A
Oh
guy
yeah. Oh yeah.
rebuild itself. You know what I'm saying? It's same situation. He's hungry. I think we need somebody hungry right now. I
Oh
think
yeah.
it don't always got to be young for hungry. People think, well, if you want a hungry coach, you got to be young. Nah, some of these guys want to prove, you know what I'm saying, that they're still him, that they can still coach, or a guy like him who's had his name tarnished a bit because of this situation would like to prove that he's more than a scandal.
Yeah. Hold up. What's going on here? Michael Naismith. What's happening? Yeah, what's going on in the chat, man? We gotta chill out. Chill out with all of that.
Yeah,
What's happening?
relax, Michael. What's going on, dog?
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Who let
I'm
Naismith?
scrolling up trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, relax, peoples.
Oh, he trolling because he said our team was trash.
It's about to be 2025, man. You know what I mean? Relax.
I think he started trolling. People got started getting to him in the comments.
Boyfriend asked. All right, yeah, chill out, man. Chill out with all that.
You know what I
All
love about our chat?
right, we're gonna talk about
People
now.
get to trolling, and our chat will light you up, dog.
One last name. One last name.
Who we got?
Mentioned that has been mentioned is Coach Tim Banks. He's the defensive coordinator and safeties coach at Tennessee.
At Tennessee.
Yep. 53 years old.
See what the resume look like.
Yeah, he's been at
He has
Penn
17
State,
years of
Illinois,
defensive coordinator
Cincinnati.
experience. He was a defensive coordinator for 17 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he was a defensive coordinator at Penn State from 2016 to 2020. 4 seasons at Illinois, 2 seasons at Cincinnati.
All right, so yeah, Mike, whoever that Michael's out of there, man.
Let me see.
And all that.
They're kind of glowing about him.
Yeah,
but he's
a problem.
He's currently.
I wouldn't be
mad.
No,
he's their DC right now.
Yes, at Tennessee. Yep.
Okay, so let's read some of this. Over the past 3 seasons under Banks, the Vols led the SEC in tackles for loss per game with 7.62 and are third in turnovers gained. They amassed 297 tackles for loss and 56 takeaways during that span. They've registered double-digit interceptions in 3 straight seasons, representing the program's longest streak since doing it 5 consecutive seasons from 2012 to 2016. At the start of the 2022 season, Banks' unit was giving up just 3.2 yards a carry. They were only allowing 114 yards per game on the ground. Holy shit.
Yeah. I don't think that'd be a bad look either. At
the numbers are crazy impressive. Holy cow.
At this point, man, I want experience. I want someone who can teach. I want someone who can coach in game.
Yeah,
I think that's have the defense prepared week in and week out. That's all I'm worried about, man.
No more looking confused. That's why I want a guy that can coach. Like, not just he's a mastermind. Yeah, but can he actually coach? A lot of them to draw something up on the board. Can he coach? Can he make halftime adjustments? Can he adjust to his players?
Yep.
That's important for me. We're not going to get all your guys. It's not possible. Can you adjust? Or are you going to come in saying my 4-3 is my 4-3 regardless? We need you got to be able to adjust in today's game. So I'm very curious to see where Mario goes. I'm with you, Joe. I think someone who has some former head coaching experience it would be a huge plus. Own the defense, someone that can coach and develop, and someone like a lot of these names you're looking at their track records, and they've got a track record of improving a defense once they get there.
Yeah.
To me, that's a big deal. That's what I want. I want someone that can improve our defense and can sustain it. Like you're looking at Tim Banks' resume, he doesn't just improve it, he sustains it. You look at Fitzgerald, he sustains it. Like that, that's the kind of guy I think we need. Not another flash in the pan. We don't need to be having this conversation again next year. So
Absolutely.
I think this hire is important. What do you think about that? You feel like, or because coordinators in college come and go like socks, you feel like it's really not that crucial for him to hit on this one, or do you think it is?
No, he has to hit.
Yeah, I agree.
Like we mentioned before, Coach Cristobal has to hit on his coordinators more often than not because he's not a defensive coordinator or an offensive coordinator. So he has to hit. He has to be able to be the CEO that he is. Let's keep it a buck.
Yes.
He's a CEO coach. He's not
Yes.
an offensive coach. He's not a defensive coach. He's a CEO coach. He needs to recruit, bring in talent, and change culture. That's what
So
he
he's
does.
Matt Brown.
And the O-line. The O-line is his baby.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
We see what's going on at the O-line. Recruits the O-line. The O-line plays well. Most of the time,
Hey,
right?
if an elite O lineman in the portal, we call.
Facts.
They don't. Him and Mirabal don't mess around with that. I can't take nothing away from him when it comes to that, man. This offensive line, we saw Cam moonwalk this year,
Yeah,
bro. Like
absolutely. Absolutely. We running the ball when teams know we run. Like
yeah. I mean, look at the second half of the ball game.
Yeah.
The whole drive running the football.
So
And
it's
nothing special.
imperative.
Dive.
It's always been imperative that he hits on his coordinators, man. So yeah, this is gonna be huge. Because again, we're not scoring 45 points a game this season, man. It's not
Unrealistic to even believe we can.
Yeah.
Ain't no more cams out there, dog.
We don't have a cam. We don't have a cam. So, and there's not a cam out there.
No. We call him the exception for a reason. Like he's the exception. Ain't no other cams, dog. There's just not, especially left in the portal now. There's not. But the team is not built to need a cam.
Nope.
This is a team that is built like Michigan. I keep saying, bro, I feel like Mario's team is going to eventually evolve into that JJ McCarthy Michigan team we saw.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna run the ball down your throat with multiple backs, and we need a quarterback that can make some plays. We don't need Lamar Jackson, but we do need you to be able to pick us up a third and four if everybody get locked down.
Absolutely.
We need you to be accurate, and we need you not to turn the ball over. But we don't need you to be a liability. So I know some people are going to say 17. There's a difference between what J.J. McCarthy was able to give Michigan and what we have with him. Because when Michigan knew J.J. had to air that thing out, they had the confidence that he could. We just don't need you to do that.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the trajectory. I know people want us to be, because of what we saw last year, they want Texas Tech, Hawaii style offense. I don't think that's what Mario wants. And I don't think you need that to win. I think Michigan just proved you can win being a physical football team, but you do need that guy under center that when we need 7, he can get you 7. And I think that's what we're building towards. If you look at Luke Nickel, JJ McCarthy, you know what I'm saying? Bo Nix, they fit that. Even though Bo was a bit of a gunslinger, Luke reminds me of that JJ McCarthy style of quarterback. Tough, gritty, got a good arm, but not a Jay Cutler arm. You know what I'm saying? Makes good decisions, does not turn the ball over, can get you a first down with his legs. One of those galvanized the team kind of guys is going, you know what I'm saying? Have everybody up and going. When they're down, is going to be the guy in the huddle to perk everybody up. I think that's the kind of quarterback we need in this offense. It's kind of why I'm not happy with what we've done in the transfer portal at quarterback, but I feel like we sure up this defense. We've got a roster, man. Cam stood still, y'all. Like that, They don't happen. You know what I mean? Like we can destroy. We ran for 300 yards. We can destroy somebody on the ground. So we just gotta a guy back there that can get the ball to our playmakers, we'll be fine because play action gonna be crazy in this offense.
I wouldn't be mad at any, like I definitely wouldn't have been mad at Mendoza. I was mad that they didn't. I wish they would have really went
At least
hard at
brought him in.
Mendoza.
I
Yes.
still think Mensa could have been good here. I know people don't like him because of Tulane thing, but now we're going after never mind. I think Mensa could have done good here. I think Mendoza could have done good here. I wasn't as high on Mendoza. I can't pretend like I was now, but when we did our list, I would have taken him over
Yeah.
Homeboy. No disrespect to Homeboy, but I would have taken him over Homeboy.
Yeah.
Everybody knows who I wanted. He was a little too young for I think what Mario wanted. But now, do we still feel that way? I don't know. But I think with what we have on this football team, a guy like Mendoza can definitely win here, bro.
Yeah.
Don't
Absolutely.
turn the football over and just make plays when we need you to make plays off the play action. I think you can be successful in this offense. If we had a solid defense, come on, man. You can win in this offense. You can win. It's an elite offensive line. Like, come on. It's an elite offensive line that can do what they want when they want,
Yep.
no matter what type of running back is back there. You know what I mean? They've shown that they can impose their will on a defense. So I'm with you. I feel like maybe we shouldn't have gone too material happy, or at least kept Mendoza on a leash just in case we didn't get Mateer, or Mensa went quick. So that one's kind of hard. He did go quick, but he went quick because he didn't really have the crazy interest. I think sometimes we got to get away from, well, Georgia didn't want him, but why we got to wait for Georgia to eval somebody for us to want them? Why do we have to wait for another? Y'all keep telling me about all these schools that weren't offering people. Why are we waiting? Where's the eyes in our building? Fuck their eyes. What do our eyes in our building say? That's a little bit of our problem at that position is we're waiting for somebody else to tell us CJ Bailey like that before we shoot the offer. So, but I think Mario will get it corrected. There's no way Mario is going to trot out a team next year with a quarterback that can't win us football games. I don't believe he would. It's not going to be who I want because who I want gone. But you never know with the portal, man. You never know what's going to happen. You never know. Malik Murphy left a team last year that was in the college football playoffs. So there's some kids that's going to jump in.
Yep. So Christopher. So what caused confusion with simple motion? Scheme, coaching, or lack of football IQ talent?
You can have a high IQ, but if you haven't been coached to know what happens when a team does something different, your high IQ may tell you, bet I'm taking a deep third now. The corner's high IQ says, all right, bet I need to take a deep third now. Now y'all both in the deep third and they got open in the flat. And that's why coaching is important.
That's $1 million question, man.
It is.
Yeah, when I played, we had adjustments for every scenario, basically, built into the call. So on defense, you could start in cover one, but if they motion the trips, now we're in cover three, or now we're in, just depending on, what you're taught and how you're coached. So I'm gonna always say, for the most part, when it comes to stuff like that, the teaching. That has to be the teaching, when it comes to stuff like that. Now, if we're in man and somebody's getting beat all the damn time, he's just not fast enough, or he's just not good enough, or
he's not good enough.
But stuff like
combo routes constantly getting us is not being prepared.
Yeah, so I would have to think that it was the teaching. It was the teaching.
Because
we saw it too much.
Everyone's argument too at the end of the season was, well, those weren't his players last year. Cam, James, to Corey Couch, what he did at the star position is very underrated. He goes super overlooked on what he did in that slot corner position. So the question is, if those guys communicated well, but these guys this year didn't, to me, that's probably a Guidry thing. because that tells me that their learned communication wasn't learned under Guidry. They were like that when he got.
Keep it in
That's
the
a good
buck.
point.
Guidry gave them that could be something, Poke, man.
That could be something too. Yeah.
Because James and Cam wasn't there. I'm sure Cam had the freedom to make adjustments and things of that nature. But Mish had 5 years experience, man. Like Mish.
Bro, Cam says last year they were so prepared for games that film study became useless because Guidry had them so ready for every scenario.
Facts.
So
what's the
I'm
difference?
confused.
Yeah.
What happened? Did he not fuck with Mish? So he ain't talk to Mish like he talked to Cam?
Yeah. Yeah. Guidry was too rigid in the scheme, and it felt like the players were far too. Yeah. I mean, looking from the outside, looking in, Poke, it definitely.
Yeah, that's how it felt.
And it's a good point, James. James was. They did, but
yes,
they made decisions trying to make plays that, on defense, you need to do your 111th, right? You need to do your job. It's imperative on defense that you do your job, man. Like, oh my gosh, that's more than any other unit. It's imperative that you do your job, man. And once you don't, everything's messed up.
Yeah.
So if you're supposed to have a quarter and somebody runs a shallow cross and you come up, there's nobody at the corner, but you're coming up trying to make a play because you're a playmaker. As we see, Cam is a playmaker, right? He about to win Rookie of the Year, maybe, right? Something defensive.
He got 4. He got 4 books already, right?
4 or 5 picks, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a playmaker, man. So,
But it also seemed like Guidry knew how to set that up, right? Okay, I'm gonna let Cam jump, but if Cam jumping, I'm keeping James back. I'm gonna let James jump. If James jump, I still say we need to go back and watch Washington. Mish is a feast or famine safety. I bet you they kept somebody in center field and then let Mish play on instinct because he loves jumping a route. We saw it this year. 5, 6 picks. I feel like at Washington he was used different. He had to be because he was very successful there. Yeah. I feel like he was allowed to play free and they kept somebody behind him. This year he was the nigga behind. So that was the problem.
Or even if the person who they kept behind him this year didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
Didn't know what he was doing. He up there with me. What you doing up there with me?
So that could have been. No, I'm not calling out on numbers.
All right. Hey, he in the box. He in the box next to me talking about we going. We not going nowhere. Your ass is supposed to be back there. But that's, to me, that's coaching too. That's coaching. That's a guy who doesn't understand his assignment. Yeah. If you don't understand your assignment, it's either you're a dullard or you're not being coached up. And if you're not understanding your assignment on a consistent basis, then it is coaching at some point. It has to be. If you keep throwing picks, if you keep staring down receivers and throwing the pick on the hitch, and I continue to let you do it, it's coaching at that point.
Yeah, I agree. Somebody mentioned Coach Al Golden. So here's my thing. Here's my thing.
They got more money than God. They got guys.
I'm not mad at it, but here's my thing. The head coach is a defensive fucking guru, son.
Guru. Yes. That man like that, for real.
So it screams to, but the difference, I was going to say it screams like a Gaddis situation, because Gaddis was the OC, but Coach Harbaugh was the OC. It was his system. You know what I mean? But Coach Golden coached in for the Bengals too, right? I think he was the
and Freeman's asked to be a little bit more at Notre Dame. You got to be this the face of a company at Notre Dame. So I do believe he has to rely on Golden because Notre Dame head coach got to be paraded around 24/7. That man is a CEO of a company. So I think that's probably why he wanted a guy that used to be a head coach on the defensive side, probably.
And I don't know how willing he would be to come back to this situation.
Damn,
He got
Al
his ass
said
tore up.
they said he sued Miami. Is that true? Golden sued Miami?
Oh, I think so. Yep, I think so.
Oh my God. It was about his buyout.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the linebacker coach for the Lions, the linebacker coach
He
for the
won?
Bengals. Yeah. Yeah,
He
so
won?
yeah.
No. Okay, so here's what happened. It was supposed to be a $6 million buyout. That's what he was requesting because of his contract being breached. So he sued us for $3 million, I guess, and he got 2. So he won, but it seems like a settlement more so than a win.
Yeah.
He didn't get 6. It looks like
He
he
got
got
2
2. But
million.
he sued us. He sued us and won. So no, he's probably not.
Yeah. Juan, we went through. So for me, Juan, my top 3 in no particular order. I'll be happy with Clint Hurt. I'll be happy with Jim Leonard, and I would be happy with Will Muschamp.
I agree with all 3. Jim Leonard, Muschamp. I'm trying to think Hurt or Fitz. One of the 2. I like Fitz. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. No, Jim Leonard, Muschamp.
Mel Tucker. I'm sorry. Mel Tucker is in there
Okay.
as well. He's
Jim,
in there.
Jim Leonard, Mel Tucker. I like what I read from Tim Banks, man. I wasn't high on him before this podcast. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't. I didn't know much about his game before this podcast. But reading what he's gotten done I don't hate that. I know it's gonna take some money getting him away from Tennessee though, because they got
Let's look at that. Let's look at him real quick.
Let's look at Phil Parker. Let's see what we got. Defensive back coach. It looks like. So he is.
I don't like the way
first of all. Defensive coordinator and secondary coach. Oh yeah, where was he at? January 6th. Oh, he was a defensive back coach for 13 seasons.
Yeah, I hear that. I see what you're saying, but I don't like he's 61 years old. He's been a DC at Iowa for
a very long
8 years, not 12 years. I don't think he's leaving. I don't think he wants. He's the Iowa defensive coordinator.
He ain't going nowhere.
That's him. Yeah, that's him.
He's
only been at Iowa.
He left Iowa and came. Yeah, he's an Iowa guy.
Yeah, he's an Iowa.
It looks like what I'm reading is he returned to coaching the. Oh yeah, this man. Yeah, he believes Iowa. I don't think he's going nowhere. He seems like a good coach though.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
And looking at his numbers and stuff, he seems like a very good coach. Coach Micah Hyde, Riley Moss, Cooper DeJean. He put some guys in the league for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, this dude's an institution at Iowa at this point.
This is an interesting take. Defensively, our players aren't very good. Why would you say that? I'm curious to hear that. I'm curious to hear your reasoning for saying that.
That's interesting. I think OJ's very good. I think we
have a lot of talent over there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Wes improved this year too and showed he's a better player. I think the defensive line is very good.
You think so, Terry? I don't think so, Terry. I
don't think so.
I think we have a specific target, and I think
I don't think so. I don't think he's doing that again.
Yeah.
I don't. I think he did it last year, but I don't think he's doing it again. I think last year he went for okay. Let me see if I can get the next hot guys. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what he tried. Last year, 2 years ago. I think he was like, let me get some up and comers because he went old with his first set. And he's like, let me get some hot shot up and comer guys. And I don't fault Mario for trying to do that. You want to try to get the next guy. And Guidry was, touted as a good coach, great motivator. I bet Guidry is kicking himself for not taking that LSU DC job. I bet he is killing himself now.
Who's Coach Trey Mason? I don't see a Coach Trey. I know Trey Mason as the running back he used to
For the
play running
Niners?
back, but that's not that Trey Mason. Is it?
Trey Mason. Let me look.
I don't see a D coordinator.
I don't see a D coordinator for a coach or a coach named Trey
Hold
Mason at
on.
all. Oh, hold on. From South Dakota State? He's the head football equipment manager.
Nah, it can't be him.
It can't be. We're not being trolled that bad. Oh, hold on. Butler? Did you just have Butler? No.
Nah. All right.
No.
But
no.
yeah, so
Those are great names though. There's some good names out there, man.
yeah, the search is on. The search is on. Flo, if you're still in here, Flo has told us that there's gonna be a lot of changes this week. So I think the whole staff is gonna be overhauled. I think everybody's gonna be gone. I think D Nick is gone. I think JT is gonna be gone. Chevis Jackson definitely is gonna be gone. I think Coach Salave is gonna be gone. I think we're getting a whole new defensive staff.
I'm surprised. I'd be surprised if Coach Jackson makes it through the week. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be surprised. Just because that's Guidry's guy, and if he's gonna go with Guidry somewhere, or if he's trying to find another spot, he probably want to go start doing that now.
Oh, Coach Mason at Vandy, the head coach at Vandy. Yeah, that was my guy. Yeah, I wanted him before they hired Coach Guidry.
Derek Mason.
Derek Mason, not Trey. Derek Mason. Thank you, David. Yeah, Derek Mason. Yeah, I was a fan of Derek Mason. Definitely.
Oh, he's at Middle Tennessee right now.
Yeah, that was my guy. Yep.
Oh, well, he's the head guy at Middle Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, when did he get there?
I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that at all either.
When did he get to Middle Tennessee? Was he the one that beat us?
He went somewhere. So after he was at Vandy, I think he was at like Oklahoma State or something like that.
I think you're right. Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, that was my guy.
He's been everywhere though. He's been in the league a little bit. He's been at Stanford. He was a 3-4, it looks like. Yep, Oklahoma State.
Yep.
Oh, he was a defensive coordinator for Auburn, Oklahoma State. He's been around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
No, he got hired in 23, so he wasn't there when we played him. Mark, I mean, Stoops is that's the.
What do you think about Matthew Slug? QB5. I wouldn't be entirely upset with that, Armando. As long as he could take care of the ball, because Sluka can move. Sluka's not a statue back there, so he can move. And if you remember, before he had the issue with UNLV, he had them like they were winning.
Yeah,
they were in a good position, man. So I wouldn't be mad at Sluka.
Are you well? So here's how I feel about. I feel like a lot of people are hard on this kid. Like he hasn't gotten no calls because of how that situation worked. But we talked about it in private. I don't know if we talked about it on the show. We talked about it in private. Like, bro, I'm not clocking in if they told me they were paying me $25 an hour, and then all of a sudden it's 11. I'm not coming back to work. Like, come on, like think about it like that. I'm not showing back up. If we agreed on something and then payday come and you paying me $11 an hour, that's not what we agreed on. That's not fair.
Yeah, I agree. On3 reported GT. So yeah, the young dude, Banks from Tennessee and JT. I don't think JT.
I would love to know like what's his scheme. What's JT's?
Wasn't he the DC in high school in
high school, right?
Yeah, he was the DC at what you call it? I forgot. But yeah. St. Thomas. He was DC at St. Thomas. So yeah. I don't think we go from what we had to that. I don't think we do that. No.
Unless Cristobal is worried about losing him and doesn't want to.
Yeah. And Callie Kane, no disrespect to On 3, but I'm sure I don't think they know what's happening for real.
No.
Yeah, I don't think.
No.
Right. Yeah. That kid, the big kid, he's cool, man. He's all right. He's very inconsistent throwing the ball, man. Yeah, he's very inconsistent. He's a big kid. He's gonna run the shit out the ball. Like if we want to pound and ground, yeah, no
Could have
doubt.
brought in Castellanos for that shit.
But I mean, this dude is like 6'5", 250.
Yeah, he's huge. He's thick.
He's a big dude. And he has a ton of experience. Like he's killing that conference that he's in. He's been like player of the year every damn year, some shit.
We didn't start him or keep him.
Yeah, he's definitely Tim Tebow out here. So
yeah, he's a fun highlight. I'll tell you that. If you haven't seen him, throw on the highlights. He's a fun highlight. He definitely is a fun highlight. But I'm not. Neither one of them do anything for me. If I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that.
I'm not crazy on Sluka. I'm not crazy on.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping that the TCU kid would jump in the portal because they're losing a lot, losing the center. Hoover.
We got time,
I was kind of hoping Hoover would get off in there. I like Hoover. I think he's a bit underrated.
Yeah, I think we got time, man. I think anybody with experience, anybody who can use their legs a little bit.
Not Jalen Milroe.
Anybody who's not going to turn the ball. I wouldn't even be mad with Jalen Milroe. I wouldn't. He looks bad today.
He's very inconsistent. He's up and down.
He is, but the run game would be completely unstoppable at that point.
Then we should have brought in Castellanos.
Nah, he's not Jalen Milroe. He can run, but he ain't 6'4", 250.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Jalen Milroe's a fuck. Oh my gosh, Lord have mercy.
And then if you limit what Milroe has to do, then
facts, absolutely. Don't sit him back there and have him reading. No.
2 reads or run.
Yeah. Yep.
2.
Absolutely.
JoJo, you look lofty and then you take off. We don't got shit else for you, dog.
Yeah, that's absolutely. Yeah.
Now, but I think he may be a little bit too turnover prone for what Mario likes. Yeah. Them offensive line, they don't like that shit. They don't like. Hoover's legit.
Yeah, I agree.
Hoover's legit. But he's not in, unfortunately.
Yeah, man. We just wanted to get on here, man. Who do you want at QB one?
Michael Van Buren.
Yeah, at this point, one for me to be the Hoover.
Are we talking about that's available?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because people I would want are not in the
portal. Are not available. Yeah.
But if we're talking about who's in the portal now, shit.
I don't think Avery Johnson hops in because they just went and got him more weapons in the portal.
Yeah.
The kid from Kansas State and Jace, the slot receiver, they like TBD and X. So I would love. I would not.
X made a business decision to stay. X ain't like.
Sure did, didn't he?
I'm good.
Didn't he? Mm-hmm. I think Avery nice. Avery's a very fun college football quarterback. I don't think the fan base here would like him because he's not an elite passer. He is an elite runner though, and he's got a strong arm. His whole thing is touch though. He doesn't throw it a lot of touch. Everything got to be 100 miles an hour from Avery.
I need somebody who can hit the wide open target. Man. That's it. If you're killing on the ground, there's gonna be play action opportunities. And there's going to be people wide open. I need somebody who can do that. That's it, man. That's it.
I wouldn't mind Avery, but when we mention people like Avery, when you mention people that are like Sawyer Robinson from Baylor, like, bro, that's big man on campus, dog. They not letting these dudes go. It's going to be a fight because they're going to want to give them the bag. Like, we're talking about the face of – essentially, these guys are faces of franchises now. That's their franchise guy.
Yeah,
unless they were terrible this past year. Like Sawyer ain't leaving because Baylor is on an upward trajectory, and they went and got him Taz Williams. They went and got a couple receivers in the portal. Love J.C. Evans from James Madison. He's been on this show.
He's not in the portal, is he?
No, I think he's their guy next year. He played really well in the bowl game too. I think he's their guy, James Madison, next year. He's a guy that would have been cool as second quarterback in last year's class. AJ Harrison would have been fun as a quarterback in last year's class as second. He played really well for UMass. I don't see him leaving UMass either. For a lot of these quarterbacks that are, 3-star guys, I think it's cool that they went to smaller schools. Go ball for 2 years, and then you can make the jump.
Yeah. All right, people. Thank you, man, for getting on real quick. CB, thank you for hopping on real quick, man. I appreciate y'all. Listen, I think what's today? Today's New Year's Eve, man.
Yeah, today's New Year's Eve.
About to be 2025, brother. So listen, man, we appreciate y'all from the You Heard podcast, man. We appreciate y'all guys just rocking with us this year. Y'all been very supportive, man. Like our channel has grown like crazy this year. You know what I mean? So we definitely appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate all the other YouTubers, man, all the other content creators, man, that talk about this Miami thing. It's Miami first, man. So there ain't no beef, no issues. It's all about that.
Jones?
Yeah, Kyron Jones. I wouldn't be mad. It's not my first call, my second call, my third call, but I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad.
I'm not a big fan, but
it's like Milroe. You limit what he does, and then let's go. So
I was about to say you can win with him if really ain't take hat shit ups. But if you run the football, limit what he does. He ain't throwing for 4K, but he'll get 2,100, 22 touchdowns.
Ball control, time of possession, control the clock, play fucking defense. That's it.
Yep.
Play defense.
That's it. I don't hate, especially with what's available now, but I think he already announced he was coming back to BT. So
yeah. So listen, man, everybody be safe tonight. If y'all going out, if y'all gonna be at home, if y'all gonna be at church, whatever you doing,
be careful.
Be safe, man. Be careful. Poke. Don't listen. Don't drink the whole bottle. Poke. Half a little bit.
Already done.
It's already done. He's done. He's on his third bottle at 254. Yeah. Don't drink the whole bottle.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Poke.
He's actually tweeting nice. He's tweeting. So I don't think he started yet.
I don't hate the kid from FCS. I just think he's inconsistent.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Pope, the same for him, for the big kid, man. I think he can do the same thing. Like I said, I wouldn't be mad. He's not my first call, but I wouldn't be mad.
I would take Drones over the kid from FCS just because I know Drones can do it at this level.
Yeah, the experience.
And I know it's not fair. I know it's not fair to the kid from FCS, but at this point, that would be my only. Like, they would be like this. Yeah. Like, it would be a slim margin, and the slim margin would be, I know Drones can do it at this level. That's the little bit I would give him ahead of what is it, Gronowski? Because it's not Gronkowski, right? It's like Gronowski or some shit.
Yeah, Gronowski. Yep. All right. Listen, man. Thank you again. We love y'all, man. Talk to y'all soon.
Take my ass back to work.
All about that.
Love y'all.
Peace.